Okay, guys. Good evening again. It's evening now. I did a video this morning and here I am back again. The day's not even over. And guys, I'm here again talking to you now because something happened. And I just wanted to share with us because life is an interesting thing. Life happens and we have to be careful. We have to be very careful. I have had this phone. I've been doing my phone, say like for so many years I've had my phone. And say, okay, I moved to Connecticut in 2002. So I'm just going back to 2002. Never had to call 911 on my phone, ever. And today I had to. But this is what happened. I'm trying to downsize. I'm really trying hard to downsize. So I found a nice young lady who, she's building her family. She's starting out very young. She's 27. And I don't know if that's her oldest, but she has a child in the 6th grade with me. I do math. And what drew me to her was the fact that they just started. Her daughter just came up from Jamaica and they just started coming to school. And after just like 2 weeks in the classes, we had parent-teacher conferences. And even though there was no report card for her, she was present to find out what her daughter was doing. And that really drew me to her. We had a good conversation. Learned a little bit about her and her background and her, just about her. Pleasant young lady. And in my head, right then and there, I suggested something to her, asked her something, and she said yes. And I invited her to come and look and see whatever. And we met up at work and we walked down together and she did. So we selected the things and I was having support this evening to really just throw out, like big time throw out some books and just throw out stuff, just get rid of them. Bag them up, box them up, whatever. We decided that we'd set up, I have tables, the folding tables, and we were going to set up 2 of them on the grass out there and just put things on it and tell people they could just have it. But I wanted her to come first, and so I reached out. And she said to me in the text that she wasn't feeling so well. She took her allergy meds and she wasn't feeling so well. And but she's going to try to sleep, and if she gets some sleep, she'll let me know later if she could meet me at work and we could walk down. I said, it's okay, fine. I text back and say, yes, you get some sleep, go rest yourself, and near almost time with school. This was like early, like 10, after 10 this morning. When school was almost ready to be over, she texted and she says, I feel better and I'm coming up to meet you at the school. Came out, she was there, we're walking down, and all of a sudden, we turned to come down on my street, and I'm not hearing them walking behind me. So I look back, and she was right there, just barfing. So I went back to her quickly, and I held on to her, because I didn't want her to fall or anything. So I held on to her and let her had her moment, and she had some water. We had some extra water. We poured it on the stuff. It wasn't enough to do anything, but we just made an effort to kind of wash it away from because it was on the concrete on the sidewalk there. We started walking again, and all of a sudden again, she stopped, and this time it was in the grass, but just bringing it up. And we got down here to the house, and before we would get in, she said she needed to use the bathroom. And I said, go right ahead. So I opened up the door, send her in, and then bring the kids in, because it was 3 kids with her and myself. Bring them in, and she went to the bathroom. But she came out and she just wasn't feeling, it just didn't look right in it. So she asked me some for the fan, for if I had a fan. And the house is cool. Right now it's cool. But she was, and I got a fan from downstairs because I don't have fans up here. I had little fans, like small fan on my desk. And I said, no, got a big fan and put it on her and just turn up the air on her. And I made her a cup of tea and lemon and ginger. And she sipped and sipped, but she couldn't. And she wanted to go back and she vomited about 6 times. And each time it was gulps of good stuff. It wasn't like the dry thing where she was choking and nothing coming up. Things were coming out. And all of she said, I'm not feeling good, I'm not. She said, I'm not. Her belly's hurting, and then she started complaining for her chest. The first time I called 911 on my phone. I called 911 and they were here quickly. By the time they came, she was on the floor though. And when they came, my God, they could hardly find her pulse. They said the pulse was very low. And I didn't panic. I had to be focused and I had to be ready because I have the children with me. And so I wanted to make sure I could do the best for them if needed be. So that was a fire truck that came, and then the ambulance came about maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, and they took over and they fought until they were able to sit her up. And she was puking still. She had a lot of stuff in her, but she really had. And they sit her up, and they were talking to her. She wasn't talking. They said at one point, look like she had lost. Oh boy, I tell you. But they worked with her until they were able to get her to sit up and put her down. They lift her up. And they were able to get her on the seat to get her out the door and down into the... But I'm just saying that to say this, people, that, God works in a mysterious way. God works in mysterious ways. She was home all alone. Her husband is at work. She was alone with the baby at home. And I'm just thinking, what if she had woken up and the baby, and she felt that sick because she didn't feel good, and luckily she came out and walking and started getting sick in the presence of somebody, because I was able to help her and get the support she needed. Got to the family. The daughter was here. She had the numbers, and so we were able to get the families involved, get to the husband. He spoke to me, and they sent a sister to get the kids, and the sister came with her husband. So we have to live, and it's like every day we have to just be thankful. I say it so often, it seems like it seems redundant, but we have to be thankful. We have to. Sometimes we can't even understand how things happen and why it happened, But everything is for a reason. And so I'm thankful that I was able to support her, and I was here as the extra hands for her, so that she wasn't alone when this thing came on her. So I'm hoping for the best. I pray for her. Please lift her up. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. See, I'm still wearing my regular clothes. I didn't even shower yet. I'm sure there's a little pollen or something in my hair that is making me sneeze. But I'm going to shower now. And when I come home, like these days, I shower from head to toe. So any pollen that is lingering, I get to wash it away. But just lift her up in prayer, guys. You don't have to know her name. You don't have to know everything, but just lift up the person. Oh, I know what that is. I'm sneezing because I sprayed the Lysol. Yeah, got the floor, even on the floor. But it's nothing. The floor is nothing. It's material things. You know, the chair she was sitting, she had reclined the chair, was sitting on it. But it's all good. I'm just glad that we got help and she's in a better place where people know what to do and how to do it. And I pray to God that she'll come home safely to her family. She has a young baby who is just breaking teeth, and so she needs to be present for them. She has a kid who is in my math class, and she has a son. I don't know how old he is, seems like a 5-year-old. So just lift her up in prayer, people, so that she gets to come back home to them. She has a husband, and they need her. So please pray for her. Just say a prayer for the young lady who Miss Bev had, was with Miss Bev today. That God will just strengthen her, heal her up, and put her in a better place, Put her in a place where she can be strong again for her children, for her family. So life happens, guys, and we never know. But life happens. And we have to be grateful when people are there to catch us when we fall. Just to be there, even to speak to when you need to hear that voice. To listen when the heart is full and just needs to hit somebody to listen. Not to give advice or to ridicule or to put down or to, oh, I didn't tell you or whatever. But just to listen. And we want to thank God for putting us in the place where He wants us to be. And that's what I needed to just share tonight. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for your support, for your dying support wherever you are. The comments you make, the appreciation you give, the upliftment you give, the prayers you send on a daily basis, the blessings you outpour on me on a daily basis. Some of you include my family members. I thank you. And I want you to know that they're all appreciated. And as you bless me, I'm sending blessings back to all of you who have sent out those blessings. And know that I claim the blessings you have sent. And what you wish for me, I wish likewise for each and every one of you. So with that said, guys, I'm going to get a shower. And I'm going to just maybe drink a cup of tea as I reminisce on what happened today. I have a little cleaning up to do in there. I'm going to do that first. And then I did the heavy part, but I need to, do the final pieces to it and the chairs and stuff. And then I want to just sit for a moment, I just want to sit for a moment. I just want to sit for a moment. But just be lifted up wherever you are. Be thankful, because there's a lot to be thankful for. All right, so I don't want to stress anybody out, but I just needed to share how things just happen, and you have no control over it. You have no control over it. And how vulnerable we become. And with sickness, when things and you don't feel so good. You don't even understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, or because you are just not in control anymore. So none of us are better than the other. It doesn't matter what our status is at this moment. When sickness comes, when things happen, we are so vulnerable. And so it's best to humble ourselves. Let us live in humility. Let us live humility. Take care, my people. I love all of you. I love you. And I do it. Is that the heart? I love you.